Well, you didn't have to wait for very long to see which way the court was likely to go. First of all, the evidence that's being presented by South Africa is absolutely irrefutable and damning. Their case is supremely well evidenced and meticulously detailed, and literally cites the genocidal words of Israeli officials themselves, including Netanyahu himself, and directly connects those words with the actions of the Israeli military in Gaza. So it's absolutely a devastating case. And it's impossible, frankly, to argue against it. Certainly it's impossible to argue against it with any degree of seriousness or with any comparable standard of evidence and reason as is being presented by the prosecution. Just from the first day of testimony, Israel and the United States were completely and immaculately defeated. And if you had any doubt that they realized this, that Israel and the United States realized this, then there's nothing that could have proved it more than what the U.S. did later that day, that evening, in fact, that same evening. They attacked Yemen. They attacked Yemen because they knew that they're going to lose in the International Court of Justice. This is a very desperate, very pathetic form of doubling down. Imagine their response to the irrefutable proof of genocide in Gaza is to escalate and to expand the violence, to defend the genocide. They cannot defend the genocide in court, so they decided to compound the brutality by spreading it. They defend carnage by means of carnage. And that's the American way. They've lost the support of the world because they lost the awe of the world. They lost the respect of the world. And they lost the fear of the world. They're backed into a corner in the world court, and they're being exposed. And they're being ensnared by the very system that they created. The system that they created to protect their impunity and to prosecute their opponents. The mechanisms of law that they constructed to oppress and to persecute and to immunize themselves is now being turned against them. So they resort to what they always resorted to. They resort to what they created that whole system to enable them to do, which is savage, primitive, brute force and violence. The layers are being peeled away. The veneer is being stripped off. You know, America has been king of the hill for all these years, and they're being pulled down that hill. And not only that, the hill itself is pulling them down, and all they can do is lash out. I'm telling you, what we're seeing right now is a victory. Their vicious, barbaric instincts are only accelerating their downfall. By attacking Yemen, they're just showing the world, and showing the world court, that yes, it is genocide in Gaza.